We've been opening up a scripture. This is Psalm 37, a great scripture about, the whole psalm is about abundant life. Psalm 37, now we're going to see what it says. Here's another key tonight, one of the most important. Psalm 37, and you can find the verse. It's early on. It says this: commit your way to the Lord. Trust also in him, and he will bring it to pass. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust also in him, and he will bring it to pass. We live in a culture of no commitment. And the greatest commitment of earthly ways, marriage, is thrown off, is being dishonored and defiled. And so also more people are living together without marriage than any time. In the 1960s, it was like 5%. Now it's like 45% or 50%. And they say, hey, live together, it improves your chances at marriage. Just the opposite. They've done studies. The more that people live together, the more chance they're going to be divorced if they get married. And children born out of wedlock, it is now like it's like 4 out of 10, or approaching half of all children. Commitment. The media bombards us with values that go against the commitment of marriage. Instant pleasure, gratification, instant materialism, self-centeredness, money increase, indulgence, lust. All these things go against commitment. All these things go. You cannot have marriage flourishing with all these things. And it's not just an attack on marriage, it's an attack on parenthood, on motherhood, on fatherhood. With motherhood, the culture demeans motherhood, sees it as a waste. So you're just a mother. The real fulfillment is the workplace. The women who focus just on motherhood are demeaned. Fatherhood, it's an all-out assault. When some of you grew up on television, you had shows called Father Knows Best. Can you imagine a show with that title today? My Three Sons. I can identify with that now. How do we go from that to Homer Simpson? Shows fathers as bumbling idiots, fathers, husbands, men as overgrown children. That wasn't the case so much back then. Developing a culture where it's encouraging young men not to be committed. Spend your time on the web, pornography, games, and never have commitment. And women, be away from men away from, no commitment. That is the culture. And people are plugged into phones and the web, and it's eliminating commitment to people. Isolated. How do I know that? I read it on the web. That's how pervasive it is. Much of the younger generation is separated from each other more than any other generation. There's a fear of an inability to form commitments because they're basically that people are having relationships with robots now. And for instance, pornography is another way of just not relating. A generation of people brought up on the web and not on people.
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA.